Hi friends, good to see you all. I hope everything is going well with you during this interesting, if not stressful time. Way back when I started here, we had a monthly newsletter called the Chronicle, and Gigi Wegener was the editor and sent it out once a month, and it was really a really nice publication. But we decided that we were going to save paper in part of the greening of the church, and so we started the E-Chronicle, the email chronicle, and that went out for a while. And now, today, we're going to institute a new chronicle called the V-Chronicle, the video chronicle. And what I'm hoping to do is to give you all the information that's going on, sort of a report of what's going on, and we'll give it a shot. First thing I want to do is start with the birthdays for July. We had a lot of birthdays in July. Some have happened already, some are yet to happen, but I just wanted to lift everybody up. Richard Palumbo, Sarai Korpaz, Adelaide Lam, Cynthia Diaz, Christian Cederstrom, Ryan Dolbaum, Shirley Cederstrom, Dominic Palazzo, Deanna Dolbloom, Alexa Marquardt, Marie Glady, and Jordan Rizzo. So happy birthday to all of you. I hope that you all have a very, very happy birthday. So what's going on as far as what are we doing with church now that we are not doing any in-person meetings? Well, we have our Bible study, and Bible study is every Thursday night on Zoom. And we have an interesting group. We're continuing with what we were doing in an in-person meeting, and we have a very energetic and a diversified group. So I hope that you can join us if you haven't already. It's 8 o'clock on Thursday evenings at Zoom. And I send out the contact information on the email every week. Also on Saturday night, Susan Carrance is doing a prayer service, a live stream prayer service at 8 o'clock every Saturday evening. So I hope that you will be able to join us for that. It's the prayers that we normally would do, the prayers of intercession that we would do on Sunday, Susan has been doing on Saturday night. And if you have any prayers or someone you want to add to the prayer list, please let Susan know for that. And then, of course, we have our worships. Now, Wednesday and Friday, we are posting a tape worship on Wednesday night. It is Holden Evening Prayer. On Friday night, it's Tuesday service. But we live stream our worship at 10:30. Right here behind me is the new recording studio with Rita and Rob. And we do that at 10:30 live streaming on Facebook, and then we post it later in the day on YouTube as well. So we hope that you can join us for some of that. Ongoing activities, every other Saturday we are continuing with our food drive. We've been very successful. As you may imagine, Lutheran Social Services in Uniondale has been extremely taxed with the lack of food because of so many people in need of food right now. Jimmy Deignan and I went down to TNT Liquidators in Franklin Square, and they donated 500 pounds of food that we brought to Uniondale. So that was great. And then Susan has this ministry that continues and collecting this food and bringing it out and distributing it to Uniondale every so often. But every other Saturday you can come. I think the hours are 10 to 1 and drop food off. You can check our Facebook page for more information on that. Scholarships. Again, it's scholarship season. We've extended the deadline because of the coronavirus, and it's now the 31st of this month. We've received a couple of requests so far. So if you have someone that's going to college or someone that is going to trade school, please put their names in. We'd love to help them out a little bit from our scholarship fund. Speaking of which, if you want to donate to the scholarship fund, you certainly may do that by putting an envelope and sending it to the church and just label it scholarship fund. Speaking of sending money, we can always use the offerings. I know it's hard when we're not meeting in person, but most of you have been very generous in sending your offerings in by mail or dropping them off at the church. I encourage you, please do that. We need to keep the expenses keep coming, even though the church building may be closed. There's a need to have funds to continue to pay our expenses. So please, if you haven't thought about doing offerings and you can afford it, if you can't afford it, we certainly understand it's a difficult time for a lot of people. Please send your offerings, and we really do need them. At our last council meeting, the council agreed that we would not have in-person worship at least until September. We're going to be meeting again at the end of August to reevaluate that. The reason is simple. We care about you, we love you, and we don't want to get anybody sick. And so right now we figured the best alternative was to just keep meeting the way we are virtually. And we are joined with most of our brothers and sisters here in this area of Western Nassau, who none of us will be meeting until September. Now, the exceptions are three. There's Our Savior in Manhasset, there's Our Savior in Glenhead, and Our Savior in Port Washington, which are meeting. Our Savior in Manhasset is meeting in their parking lot, and they have graciously invited us, if we wish to join them for worship. There is no celebration of the Eucharist, but you can worship from in your car, or they have space set up outside where you can go outside and worship. So if you're interested in worshiping, and look for their time to worship in Manhattan. That's ours, the Lutheran Church of Our Savior in Manhasset. And finally, the last thing that we decided that we would do, because we can't get together for worship, is that we would try to have some sort of a social event. So people could at least make eye contact with one another. It's still very tricky, and we're still being very cautious. But on the 24th of this month, July 24th at 7:30 p.m. in the parking lot, we're going to be having a concert. So Rita and Rob will be joined by Vin and Erica, and we will do 2 half-hour sets. You have to bring your own chairs. You have to wear a mask. And there'll be spaces, socially distanced, that you can put your chairs on the X that we have on the blacktop. It will be in the parking lot. So we invite you to come to that. At least you can see all those beautiful people that you've missed over the course of time. So that's what's going on right now. We'll try to keep you updated on things as they happen. Until then, God bless you all. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your summer, and we'll see you again in the V-Chronicle in August. God bless you all. Have a blessed day.